Before we start looking at some charts, I want to remind everybody that if you're going to take a 30-day trial here with Hit Run Candlesticks, first words of the morning, 30-day trial with Hit and Run Candlesticks, I want to point out really quick here all the free stuff that you're going to receive, educational material, ebooks. This is what you receive the first week right here. I mean, just, as soon as you sign up for the trial. And then every week after that, you'll receive another piece of information and educational material. And these will be videos and the rounded bottom breakout course, the full course. So lots of stuff in the 30-day trial that's only $7. So if you get a chance, click on that trial link when you see it, and we'll see you in the trading room, okay? All right, let's get the traders opened up in the trading room. Here we go. Be patient with me just 1 second. Oh, I just remembered I forgot to. Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? How's everybody? Good morning, Coach, Mike, Nancy, Santana, Jim, Gold, Bill, Roger. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. William, Sonny's here. Good morning, everybody. Let's come over here and do this real quick. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Okay, we're on the road, man. So how's everybody doing? I hope well. Hope we all had a great weekend. Coach, I hope that new grandson is giving you lots of smiles. We had some grandbabies over this weekend, and man, I'll tell you, it's pretty fun, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look at the market a little bit. First, let's do this. Economic calendar. Here we go. There we are. It doesn't look like we have too much today going on. The housing index, I don't think that's a big mover in the market. Tomorrow we've got housing stats and permits. That might be something right in there that might, do a little something market, but it's not known for its big to do or anything. Wednesday petroleum stats. I don't think that's a real biggie either. We do have the FOMC minutes, which, the cat's already out of the bag, but, here's the minutes. And then Thursday, we've got the jobless claims, and that tends to be a big deal. Existing home sales might be a big deal there. And then Friday, we've got Mr. Jerome Powell speak. So those are probably some of the biggest things going on. Really, overall, I think this is a light week when it comes to that sort of stuff. So that's really cool. That's real cool. All right, here we are. Hey, Sharon, good morning. How you doing? Hey, Rim, how are you? All right, let's check the market out. Looks like we're down a little bit today. We were down Friday. We're down a little bit today. I don't think we're in any real big trouble as of yet. Grab my pin here. There we go. Price remains above the T-line. T-line remains above the trend indicator. I'm going to put traders in two categories right now. And there could be that trader in this category that looks at this top and then looks at this candle and has already gone short because they're thinking, or they feel, their math when they look at a chart for their reasons, they feel that we're headed down, and they're gonna grab some short positions or maybe short to SPY here, looking for it to just keep, moving down maybe. That is one thought. Not particularly my thought. Mine is not necessarily any better. I tend to be the trader that says, as long as the trend holds up, I'm not going to, my game plan is not to pick every top that looks like it might be something that's going to fall apart. Because what happens is if this falls apart, let's do this. Let's just make one candle here. Let's say we fall apart. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of meat in the middle before. Now remember, let's just paint this blue, I guess, before we start looking for bounces and reversals. So I want to see a good, clear sell signal up here before I start trading to the short side. So there's two ways that, different traders might be thinking about it right now. This is a dark cloud cover. It is. And so far we do have a little bit of follow through, but then the day's not over yet. And we need that day to finish before we can judge that candle right there. Okay. So, that's something I'll be watching. In the meantime, I'm going to be watching T2123. And as long as that remains bullish, the pullback, any kind of a pullback in the SPY, I'll take with a little grain of salt and just be a little patient. Don't be too quick on that short button just yet. I'll also be watching the VIX here, and the VIX starts popping up. Well, that might change things a little bit. But as long as the VIX stays relatively muted, quiet, still in our downtrend, then it's not showing any big fear. Nothing, not too much to be too fearful of. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. I know this is our early time. We changed the times. For those that wake up today maybe and say, oh, hey, where'd they go? And if you see this video, please remember we start at 7:30 Eastern. Now we have changed the time, okay? And please remember that I have an open house on August 26, 2025. I will be posting a schedule of the classes I will be doing during that day. So things like the pinball setup, the rounded bottom breakout, J-hook, the PBO, kind of a J-hook, PBO opportunity, 3-8 trap. We'll be looking at some short classes as well. So during this open house, I will be posting times. So you don't have to be there all day. You can be there for whatever class that you want to be there for, or you're more than welcome to be there all day. But the most important thing of all is your registration. You have to register to receive all the login stuff to get in, okay? So when you see this on social media or your email, make sure you register for that. Members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, you don't particularly have to register, but just keep in mind, and I'll let everybody know the times of that class during the day, okay? So let's put that away. All right, let's look at the Qs here. Qs are right down to the T line. You see that line right there? It's actually a dotted line. Looks kind of heavier than the others. That's the line that I don't want us to break down below. That would be 50% of our lines that we put up there, the projection lines. And I don't want that to go there, because if it does, then it does. I'm still okay, kind of okay, if we run down to the dotted deuce or the dots, the green dots down here. But we're getting awfully close to the edge, and I don't want to be down there. So I'm really, really, we can say what we want, but really we're hoping. That's not the best word to use in trading, but it is what's going on here. You're hoping that we actually find buyers in here, or buyers find this a little bit tasty in here, and then start moving us up. And then I would like to see 586 up here in the Qs. Diamonds are doing pretty good here. They could help us out overall. And then IWM is doing pretty well. Now, you see this morning we've kind of popped down here a little bit, but that's all pre-market stuff. I don't get too excited about that. But as long as we stay above the T line, I think life is pretty good. All right. IYT real quick. Transports, I think they're doing fantastic. You can see right now that they're making here we go. You've got a low, high, higher low, higher high, and then really we're just consolidating right here, and that's what charts should do. So looking good on the transport. SMH, there we go. SMH, giving us a little bit of a weak picture here. They've been up pretty strong. Maybe it's just a deserved little rest right in here, but a little bit of a weak picture. So I think what we don't want is to fall below those dots. And the importance of those dots for me may not be important for anyone else, but my trading trend is all about the black line and those dots. Black line and those dots. The 8 EMA and that the dots, it's nothing more than the 17 EMA. So below that would give me some concern on SMH. Tell me that tech might be a little bit weak, but we're not down there yet, and the chart is still bullish. Speaking of charts, let's look at a couple. I'm going to bring this over. So I have this right here. There we go. And here's a few charts that I'm kind of looking at. RYN, we've had this nice gap up out of this rounded bottom breakout setup. And then we've kind of consolidated here. Let me get my pencil out. So this is the rounded bottom breakout right here, actually started here. And this will be one of the classes that we do at the open house. So please remember to register for that. And here we've broken out and pulled back. It looks like price didn't much like the 200 period moving average. It's bouncing right out of there. Next target to the upside will be about these highs of 28.10ish, right in that area. So that might be a chart to take a look at. Bull, for those that are still holding bull, you can see the bull is breaking out of this little resistance area right now. Like myself, I'm holding bull. I know many members are holding bull. So we should be pretty happy this morning. And if it just catches fire and starts moving up, well, we'll be just darn right excited. CX, look at CX here. Beautiful trend on CX. It slipped off the edge this morning. There was some sellers that lost their way and drove price down, or maybe it was the buyers who lost their way and let go of this a little bit. Well, buyers picked it up big time because they see a future for it. That's what a belt hold is, you know. It slips, and then the buyers say, "Whoa, what a good deal!" They buy it up low and drive it higher. So what we've got is a belt hold here. Now, when the market opens, it will not look like this. You'll just see it open about that 862, assuming it stays right there. You won't see that candle that looks like that. But like I said, though, it's, you know, it slipped. Buyers bought it and drove it back up. CX is looking good to me. Excuse me. I have a little drink here. There we go. Corez here. We've been watching this in the room for a bit, and Corez is looking pretty good. Target's up here about 1550, 16, and then almost 17 up there. It's been consolidating after this big move up. Here it's been consolidating. 50 period moving average running up. It did pop below, little low. Now we have a high. We have a higher low. Looking for that higher high that will take out that 50% retracement area. And that'll be a big plus for the chart right there. Big plus. And then we can grab those targets up there perhaps. So looking good. Hey, XME is also looking good. We've had a nice little dip here. We've rallied up. Looks like we had having a small little dip that stayed above our trend indicator. Buyers have bought it up and pushed it back up over the T line. Certainly looks like a little more future to me on that one. We take this low here and come up and grab the highs and take this tail and come down to the current low right there. Well, the first target that I'm going to look for is right there, right in that area. So about 83.50 would be a good target on that one. Dell, you know, if you go back and look at Dell has been beautiful, beautiful trend here. And I, for one, I don't feel that we talk enough about Dell. Not even remotely close do we talk enough about them. But they're getting it done. They're doing it. And, we want to be a part of those charts that are getting it done. Um, so here we are in a nice rally, pullback, J hook type chart. J hook is nothing more than a continuation pattern. So here's your rally, here's your trend, and then you rally up, a slight pullback, and then we pop up over this high. There's your J hook. And what we're looking for is to make money in this area here as it moves up. All right. So that's looking good. Hey, good morning, Ed. Thanks for being over there. Appreciate it. Lets me know it works. Fastenal is up. Fastenal is putting in a nice little pop out of the box. A lot of people ask me about a pop out of the box, and this is what I look for on a pop out of the box. The trend to be up, price action, not necessarily the trend, but price action to be up, and then looking for at the top of the range, top of the run, I'm looking for candlesticks to be relatively compact at that high area. And this is relatively compact. This is also a flag, by the way, a flag setup. Pop out of the box and flag, there's very, very little difference in it in the two setups. Flags tend to make this red. Flags tend to move down a little bit more like that, or pop out of the box tends to be more sideways. And that's what I'm looking for on this, is the being compact, tight from bottom to top in the candles. And then we're looking for that breakout to the upside. Take a look at Google. Google is doing just fine. Let's see, before I run out of, well, I've got plenty of time, don't I? AMKR may be setting up here. See how we've rallied up. See, this is a flag. There's a flag right there. And here the buyers seem to be coming into the chart right here at the 8 EMA pre-market here. So maybe those buyers will stay around and maybe even entice a few other buyers. And then I'm looking for that target up there above 25.50, and then maybe above, a little bit above 26.50, where you see those green bars up there. NBIS, I think, is setting up here. There we go with that J hook setup again, that continuation pattern. There it is right there. Levi, I know there are 2-3 people, members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, that own Levi right now. That seems to be working out pretty well for them. Can't complain. If you were looking at Levi and toward the end of the day and you thought, oh man, I missed Levi, this is your opportunity. Beautiful inside day here. Beautiful candle pattern. Excellent little move up. Nice move Friday. And now there's our second chance if you're not in it. To the upside, let's do this. I'm going to start it right here. That's just a good place. So there's target, target, target. And you can see it's over that 50% retracement. That's where that area right there, that little, where you can see those lines just a little bit better right in there. So Levi might be setting up pretty good. IONS, take a look at that one. Here we are up. We can call that a double bottom, low, high, double bottom, or higher low, higher high. Look at us consolidate. Beautiful candle pattern in here. I would look for that one to maybe move a little higher. For those that I recommended CNC for myself, we bought CNC, and CNC is working out very, very well. Over the 29.40 area, we should get up into that 33 area. Then we'll worry about the rest of it up there. What other one? Oh, and we did buy some Tesla here last week, and I'm not too worried about the pullback. I wasn't necessarily hot trading Tesla. It wasn't necessarily a trade. Buy, wait a couple days and sell. Looking for Tesla to manage to stay in this area and then break through and move up to about 380 up there on that Tesla. So I own Tesla and TSLL as well. And target on TSLL, first target up here is 14 to 1450 up here. All right. All right. I see that a few people have some charts here. Thank you very much. Hey, Bal, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Sonny, my long swing trade list is Intel. Yeah, Intel. We probably ought to keep track of Intel now. So Intel had its big move here. Let's let it set up. Don't get excited. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Let it set up. Wait for the right time to trade it. And the next target from where we are, where we hit that green bar here, about 25, maybe 25 and a quarter up there. My next target, the upside, is going to be 2750. And if and the whole reason it popped up, I guess the government plans to buy some shares in it. If that's true, it's going to go higher. If that turns out to be bogus, man, be careful with it. And I'm not saying it's going to be bogus. I just be careful with it, just in case. But I'm all about it. So we pull back a little bit, we set up, we get in the right place. Then let's run this thing right up to our 50% retracement, and we have plenty targets ahead of that one. So, yeah, let's keep our eyes on Intel for sure. Sophie, yeah, Sophie's still looking good. That's still on the table. That's still on my watch list, and yeah, it looks real good. Price is above the T line. T line's above the trend indicator. Still targets ahead of us. We're still trying to get through that 50% mark right here. But right now, I have every reason in the world to believe it will. I don't think for 1 second it's not. There certainly isn't anything in the chart that says it's not. So, yeah, I'm all about that one too. Thank you very much, Sonny. PLTR. So PLTR, that's not it. Good thing, huh? PLTR is moving back a little bit. But if you take a look at it, stocks that get ahead of themselves a little too much, well, that's what happens. So if we use the green dots, that's my trading trend. All right. So if we take a look at that trading trend right there, see how price rallied above it and pulled back, rallied above it and pulled back. We got above it. And this one got, went higher than this one did and pulled back. But every time we move away, it pulls back, doesn't it? Now here, it didn't get too crazy, did it? It just kind of hung with it. And then it got out of it's like the baby got out of the baby pen. Get that little fanny back here, that's what happens. Well, what happened here? I mean, the child ran away. So the child's going to come back. This is where dinner's at. So up we go, down. So to me, this is pretty normal. I think this is a buying opportunity at some point. I don't necessarily think right here exactly at 174.19 is a buying opportunity, because I want to see the buyers show me it's a buying opportunity. So anyway, PLTR I think looks pretty darn good. And it just, wait for that opportunity. Okay. What else do you have up here? So Rivian, haven't heard about that one in a while. Rivian. Yeah, Rivian might be trying to put that bottom in. It very well might be. Just up to the 50-period moving average is 8%. So that's probably, yeah, let's do this too. Here's where I'm going to put this little tool up here and go down. Yeah. And this area right here for me is what I'm going to call the construction area, the construction of the bottom right there. So this is certainly tradable. This is absolutely tradable. But once we break out of that, I think something's going on. And when we break out of that, we'll break out of the 50 period moving average. And then that'll put our next target right here at that 50% retracement. So we're looking at a trade, I don't know, 9, maybe 10%. So let's see what this does through here. But yeah, I think it's one to keep an eye on. Let's flag that. Thank you, Sonny. Appreciate it. Short list. Short. Yeah, it's going to have to give us a little more reason to be short, I think. Yeah, I think a little more reason. Right now, to me, based on the market being bullish, to me, this might be more of a low, high, higher low. Watch for that higher high there, okay? What was it? A firm is another one. A firm. That looks bullish to me yet. Nice pop to the upside. All we've done is made consolidation noise here. Trend is still good. So I would have to be a little on the bullish side there. NCLH and yeah, I think we need more information on this. But if one of my favorite scans and favorite charts to look at is I have a scan, pop and trap is what it is, gap and trap. So here's the gap, and then you can see we've pulled back, and we're right in that 3-8 trap. I mean, that's not a 3-8 trap. It's not. It's below the T line, but we're right here at the trend indicator. So, I don't know. I love that kind of setup for the long side is when we're up, down, watch those bulls come in, and then make money on the way up. So I'll keep an eye on that one. All right. We will flag that. All right. Thank you so much, Sonny, for your hard work. Appreciate it. Hey, Bal, BTI. BTU, setting up, no, one negative way, no, up, one negative away from trend and support. Yeah, might be. Let's take it here. My bet you're looking at a static line. So yeah, you're a little bit away from that trend and support, but hey, watch for the T-line runs. T-line runs, and that's what we've got here. We're resting above the T-line. We could continue that run up. Hey, Coach brings up a good point on the cruise ships, NCLH, CCL, hurricane season. So yeah, might want to keep our minds on that as well. So, let's see. Hey, Sharon, WVE. Let's take a look at that. WVE. Nice rounded bottom breakout. Made it all the way to that 200 period moving average. Bottom line for me, that's going to have to take out the 200 period moving average before I become a buyer. Right there. Now, the caveat to that, if it was to pull back, see how we're up. Where's my pen? If it was to pull back and then set up again here, now I could see that as a buy. So we come up, we test that 200, we pull back, and then we break through it. WVE, very nice bottom here, trend off the bottom. Very, very nice. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on that. If you're already in it, Sharon, just make sure you keep that stop in there. It could see a little bit of turbulence in here before it breaks through. Let's see here. SOUN, looking good. Yeah. Wait for the setup. I mean, that's beautiful, I think. Pop the upside. Here we pull back. Wait for those buyers to show up. When you start seeing buyers, then you know it's time to start accumulating. And then we could be looking for that next swing right to the upside. I'll have to, I don't know, I can't remember if I closed it Friday or not. My large account, I think I closed it. I don't have my large account open, so I can't see it right now. I may have closed my PLTR. Friday or Thursday or something. For some reason, I think I did, but I'm going to be buying it back, definitely for sure. I'll let you know as soon as we get off here. I can open the account up. AES, that's setting up nice. Let's flag that. Look at that. So all charts in a trend go up and go down, right? Trend up. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Everyone gets that. But in all trends, I don't care what the chart is. I don't care what kind of gold they discover, what kind of cancer they discover or create to medicine for cancer. I don't care. I don't. If they can, if there's a stock out there discovers how to make you personally fly, I don't care. That stock will pull back. This is a fact. So here's a nice pop the upside, got a little ahead of itself, and now it's pulling back, resting a little bit. Nice little bottom right in there. This thing might want to run. I like that. This flag, it's already flag. Yeah, that looks really, really good. Real nice. Thanks, Santana. Appreciate it. BA Long. BA, yeah, I think so. Yeah, Boeing has gotten themselves a little bit on the good side. You know, they were on the bad side of things for an awful long time, and they're getting to be on the good side. If we take a look at the weekly chart, just drawing from, I drew from this area here, and the reason this area, not the very high, this area is 392.83, rather than drawing from there or drawing here rather than the high, is that just got shot to pieces up there, but there's multiple touches right here, and that's the reason I did that. And then down to those lows, whatever date that was, 2020, March 2020. For the most part, we've just been moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, right here is that 50% retracement. And here we are up to it one more time. And actually, you can see that we've been there before. There it is right there. We've been there. We've broken out of it and we have failed. We've been there and failed, broke out of it and failed. The longer we get out here, the more likely it's going to break out. And this could very well be that breakout time. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with, hey, Boeing just might be ready to really move to the upside. So watch for that breakout. I think we need to watch that 257.70, 260.55. You can tell that I've been looking at it. Get through that area. And then the next area that I would look for a target, we'll duplicate that, is about right there. Between 270, 280, right in there. So I think Boeing needs to be on the watch list. If somebody likes to trade Boeing, it just might be ready to go. Okay. Hey, Ed, UEC. Let's see here. UEC is coming off of weekly. There we go. UEC is coming off of a Morningstar signal right in here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful trend. I mean, look at this. And this would be a nice chart just to take a look at today and see where you could have entered it based on the trend. And by the way, the trend starts right down here. And you can see the continuation. So here we are here with Morningstar signal. We're opening up at the high end of the Friday's candle. We start seeing that breakout. That's a good sign that the buyers might want to be driving UEC up a little bit higher here. So let's keep an eye on that. AA long. Am I missing any? Oops, McDonald's. I'll come back to that. AA. Yeah, I still have a target up here on AA of 34.64, 65. We're still in a rounded bottom breakout. The 200 needs to be taken out first, but yeah, AA still looks good to me. And still, again, looking for that target right there on that one. McDonald's. There we go, McDonald's. McDonald's is still bullish. Yeah. I mean, look at that trend. Trend is still bullish. We've rallied up, made a high, higher low, working on that higher high, working on it. We get that breakout Next target up will be right here. Well, I'm going to 2 targets. We'll put 2 targets in. That one, and then up here just under 318, maybe 318 area. But yeah, McDonald's remains bullish. Hey, William, how are you? UNH. I don't know if you're in UH, but this is another one that I recommended to myself here a bit ago. And we bought it, and now that thing is starting to rock here. In fact, it was kind of cool to hear that Mr. Buffett has an interest in it. And so that's paying off very well. As it moves up, here's what I'm going to call a minor target, 326.60. But I'm looking for 380 up here, then 420, and then probably higher. So more of a longer term hold. Certainly looks pretty good, though. I don't know that I'd be a buyer right now. Well, I don't know. If you're a longer term hold, you don't really care about the minor pullbacks. But on a minor pullback, I will look at buying it, more of it, and moving up. So those that follow hit and run candlesticks, you know that we've had that for some time. And like I say, I recommended it to myself because I can't say I recommended it to you. So I recommended it to myself a while back, and here we are. Same with that CNC, and that's working out real well right now. So there we go. All righty. What time is it? Yeah, we'll call this a morning, okay? Let's finish off looking at the SPY here. Right now, the weight of the candle to this morning's candle does look like it's a little bit down. Long as we stay above that T line, I'm very cool with that. We get below that, I get a little uncool. And we get below this this line here, that might not be good. So let's keep our ears open, eyes open. Well, both eyes and ears open, right? Great big good morning to everybody. Remember to check out our open house coming up, and we'll see everybody tomorrow, okay? Members, trial members, we'll see you in the trading room when the market opens up. You guys take care. Have a great day, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.